Hey everybody, John here with Misadventures in Wrenching. Gonna change things up a little bit. Besides the rescues and revivals that we do, because we go all over the place, picking up old vehicles and giving them a second lease on life. Also going to be continuing on with doing more of the how-to videos. A lot of them somebody's already done a video on, and that's okay because every one of them that's out there gives a little different angle, different perspective, and sometimes you have to watch 2 or 3 different people's ideas and takes on how to do this, and their mistakes and the good things. So, that being said, going to be starting to do a little work on the wife's new to her, birthday present. But it's kind of, like I said, a new direction, and I'm going to have a whole how-to area since those seem to do pretty good, and hopefully you learn a little something and are entertained along the way. So, let's get started. In today's episode, we're going to be starting to do the cosmetic work on Miss Terri's new toy. She has always wanted a Volkswagen Bug or a Beetle, and I found a fairly nice black on black Volkswagen 2005 Volkswagen Beetle convertible. Definitely not a rescue. It's in pretty decent shape, but it does have some cosmetic stuff, and now some spots on it. It was really clean, but what we're going to try to tackle today is one of the fog lights that's broke out. So we're going to take that on, show you guys how to get to it. Never done one of these before, and I'm going to, like I said, going to be doing some short how-to videos. If you haven't already done so, you might want to consider subscribing, support the channel. Hopefully you learn a little something along the way and get entertained. Some of these are going to be long-term projects. Some of these are going to be one-off, where I'm working on somebody else's car, since we do own a shop. And like, subscribe, and follow us. And let's see what we can find out on this fog light. Well, I guess the first thing we're going to do is open up the box here. This doesn't look like it's too horribly difficult. Actually, I think it might just be 2 screws, so this may be a real short video. But we're going to see what's in the box. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, not going to be as simple as I thought. You got a screw from the bottom, 2 screws from the top. It goes into the grill section here. This actually is attached to the bigger part of the bumper, but it does come out with a flat blade, and you can see the marks right here where it actually goes into a little slot, and I'll show you once I get a little further along here, but I need both hands. Okay, I'm going to try to show this up in here. You've got these notches that these go into, so it has to be pushed really hard to get it back in there. A couple of flat-bladed screwdrivers will take care of it. An interesting thing on this is that it appears that this little part right here, that might be the outside air temperature sensor. So, now this side was still good, but we're going to go ahead and take this side off now. Let me go get a Phillips screwdriver. This should come off fairly easy. It does only have one plug on it, and that plug is one directional. Now, unfortunately, on this grill, it has seen its 16 years of use. This tab's about broken off. That tab is broken off, so I'll probably have to get another one of these. This grill comes out the back as well, so I'll have to push that back in. But it's not really broken that bad, except for those tabs, and I might be able to actually come up with something else for it. But it's not going to hurt the running of it none. Nice and simple. 1, 2, 3. But again, trying to hold this and do this at the same time, not the easiest thing to do. Should pop off. New one pop in. And you just reverse the order. Don't forget to plug this back in or it's all kind of a waste of time. There's not really a click, but it does stay on there. And then you have to work it back in place. And that's going to be the interesting part. Now, one more thing I did not show is there would normally be 3 more screws that I didn't show because the tabs are broken off. One here, one in the middle, that tab's not broken off, but I'll replace that one, and then one over here that I'll go into the other seal. But this is all hooked back up again, pretty nice and solid, and let's go see if it works. Guess I need my keys. Hold on. Alright, I have keys now. Well, to be honest, I don't know if they work or not because actually the headlights aren't on either. Headlights are on. Both those work. But this does not turn to the fog light position. I don't know if there's a trick that I'm missing. This should. Flip over. Alright, I'm going to have to look and see. It may be a bad switch. That'll be the next thing I have to replace. For any of you that haven't owned a new Beetle, the owner's manual is like an encyclopedia. It's got like 6 different books that tell you what to do. Now on the fog lights, it says 3-1, controls and equipment. So we figured it out. Well, right here, it says with the light switch turn on the high-low beam position, pull the switch out to the first detent point. The indicator light next to the fog symbol comes on. So let's go try that. So in theory, I should be able to turn this, and pull out. It does pull out. Let's see what's going on outside. I still have it set in my wife's position. She's not a tall one. That one works, and that one works. Okay, so success. Well, while we're at it, I'll show you a couple more things that we've got to do, but we're not going to do today. It will need a top eventually. The actual canvas is pretty good, but this was sealed with rubber, because a common thing on these Volkswagens and some of the others that have the hard glass is that this glass does just not seal and it separates. So we'll be putting a new top on it. This top panel is broke, and these aren't cheap. These door panels are about 200 bucks used. Glove box is broke. Wouldn't be so bad if the handle was just bad, but this is bad too. Again, you can't hardly get this. All of this comes as a unit, and upwards of $200 to replace it used. But they make a magnet kit which you can put to the back side of this and hold it all together. So that's what we're going to do in the short term. And there are a couple other minor things. But that's about it on this one. The plan is to put a cold air intake in it, probably sport suspension. The shocks are a little shot in it. We're still going to have fun with this. I mean, this is a nice one. Far better than I deserve, but that's why it's the wife's. It is a GLS. It's got the 2.0. It's got the nice rims, decent tires, leather seats. It is a 5-speed, so fun little car. Only got about 112,000 miles on it, so you will see this one a lot as we do regular maintenance on it. Well, we got one more thing that we're going to do. Post person just showed up in the mail. This is another thing that breaks commonly on these Beetles. This is the dipstick. And when we got this a couple days ago, this one was broken. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with these cars, similar to my Porsche, hood latch is right there. Has a cute little tongue that sticks out when you open the hood. This one actually has struts, and the struts are actually good. Now, these break, but it comes as a complete unit because these are fragile too. Pretty straightforward. This just pops off. There's a little grommet in the back. This, you can see the tab. It's actually broken in 2 spots on this one. You got this. We'll toss that away. You got that part. We'll throw that away. I should be able to reach in here. Ooh, that's not good. This one's really fragile. Well, that complicates matters. Because it looks like it just slips over the top. So I'm going to have to go get a pair of pliers or something to wrestle this out. Great news. What's this? That's an Allen wrench. I should probably see if I can pull that off so that get that out of the way. This comes right off. This already had some amount of thread locker on it, which I had knocked it loose. There's also a little dimple right, at least that went to the ground. Dimple right here that goes right there, keeps it straight. Now I might be able to get some kind of channel locks down in here. Oh yeah, that thing's horrible. I'm not even sure that I can show you what I'm doing here, but it's disintegrating down in there. Well, I don't want to leave it in there. That's not good. How do I get it out? Great. Alright. I'll let you know when I get that out of there. But I don't have my head-mounted GoPro on me, so I'm going to need both hands for this probably. Alright, with a very long screwdriver, I was, as you can see, I was able to get the other part of it out in pieces. So, it's out. Now we can work on putting the new one in. This goes to the back side like that. This goes up inside like this. You line it up, you go down here, you snap it on, and that falls down where you can't get to it. That's not good. I don't even see it. Let me see if I can find a magnet somewhere now. This is one of the most important tools a mechanic can have. Alright, so let's fish around down in there. I found it. It flipped off to the side. So we'll try this again and hold on to it better this time. Okay, so while I hold the bottom of it this time, this slides over. I'm going to set this to the side where I can use both hands, because this has got to push on. Well, let's move that and well, that's interesting. Why would they do that? Oh, great. Okay, you can probably see it now, and I didn't realize that. You see that yellow stuff right down in there? And it's plastic, and that is right down here. It's plastic, and that's going to go straight into the pan. And I bet it's not going to come out. And it's plastic and not magnetic. That is a horrible design. Let me see if I can go get some sort of a pick and slide most of this out. I mean, some of it, the little pieces going down there, I'm not fond of it, but it is plastic, so it's not gonna, and it'll get squashed by any metal pieces down there, but I don't want it getting sucked up into the pickup. And that's because you can see it on the inside here. It's got one that goes outside, one that goes inside, and that plastic is so brittle over with age that it just like literally disintegrated. Oh, jeez. Another good tool to have, dental picks. So note to all you people out there, you Volkswagen owners. If you can pull this out, it might be worth it to do this, because they're not very expensive, but you're going to save yourself a whole lot of grief if you can do this before. There went a little piece down in there. Alright, so I'm going to go, I got most of it. A little chunk went down in, and that should probably come out of the pan. Okay, we're going to try this again.
Shove it in. Yes, sir.
Miss Terri is out here, and as I said, this is her baby. I just get to work on it. You put that there. Get the bolt back in.
I'm assuming that stabilizes it, otherwise it's wonky.
Yep, it'll just pop right out. What the?
Well, it's a small angle. What are you looking for?
There should be. Here it is, I think.
So there's only so much room.
Oh, something else is broken in it too that I saw.
Oh, great. The little goodies are just... Oh, yeah, I see the white... Oh, seriously?
Yeah. That won't be in there. I don't even know where this... There's got to be some bracket that goes on this to hold it. It works. But...
Yeah, that's...
I'll figure it out.
German engineering.
No, that's...
I'm teasing, honey.
That's redneck engineering on that one. I just don't know where the little bracket is, because it's supposed to go on that, but I don't know what else it hooks to.
Well, my guess is that right there, that's your...
Probably, but...
Yeah.
I'm assuming that this is emissions.
Oh, I don't need that.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Notice it has Audi on it too.
Why?
Because Volkswagen is owned by Audi.
Well, yeah, I know, but...
And a lot of the parts are interchangeable. Okay.
So then, by nature, it should be uber fast.
And either this is wrong or there's no oil in it. Well, the other one wasn't really much. Hold on. Let me compare it to the other dipstick first. Well, the dipsticks are the same length. And I definitely don't think that goes down anymore. Yeah, that's not good. All right, let me pull this all back off again. Well, now that the dipstick is really totally in place, it does show up just a smidgen. So that's good news. So, oil lid is there. That's not a good sign. That has some junk in it too, so I'll probably see if I can find myself some... I might put some marble in it on the next run. But I'm putting 530 in it. We're going to fill up a quart, check it, and then we're going to put more in if we need to. 1 quart added. Let's see where we are. We are to the bottom of the hash mark. So we're going to put a 2nd quart in, and that should put us to the top of the hash marks. So 2 quarts low when we got it. That's not good, because that begs the question of where did it go? Okay, second cord added. And we're to the top of the hash mark. So we should be good now. Okay, there you have it. We went ahead and replaced the dipstick. That was the second part of the project. We replaced the fog light. That was the first part of the project. I thought that the dipstick would be easy. It was not, because of how brittle the original one was and just crumbled right to dust. Part of it went down in the pan. And then we found out that it was 2 quarts low on oil. Not a good start. But thanks for coming along for the ride. Please like, share, subscribe. Follow us here and on Facebook. I'll see you on the next adventure. Bye now.